Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lorenzo, your host for the Leaders with Heart podcast. Today, I have a very good show for you with my good friend Max. Max has an amazing story, and I'm going to let him tell his story because I don't want to butcher it. But basically, what he's doing is really doing God's work in this world because he's helping the underprivileged in Thailand, and he started an organization which helps underprivileged people in Thailand. So we're going to talk about that and a lot of things. So that's going to be a very interesting one because Max is a true leader with a heart in the purest of sense. Max, welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Max Summer.
Good to have you here, my friend. So for people who don't know you, who's Max? Tell us about you. What's your story? You can start from
Um,
wherever you want to start.
okay, I'm Max. I'm from Singapore, but I've left Singapore 20 over years ago and came to stay in Thailand. And before that, I was just traveling around Asia mainly. And Chiang Mai is the spot that I love, and I end up rooting myself here. And been in all kinds of way to survive. When you start traveling at a very young age, you pick up a lot of things around the world, and on being online give me a lot of advantage and opportunity, and that is able to substantiate my traveling for the last 20 over years.
That's awesome. So when you get to Thailand, what made you decide, hey, this is where I'm going to stay?
This is a very good question. I've went to many countries in Southeast Asia, and Thailand just give me the type of friendly feeling that I really I am I believe in people, and Thailand have the type of people that you can connect, and people are friendly, they will smile at you, they are very helpful. The living standard is pretty good here. It's not expensive, and things are very base. The food is good, the fruits is very fresh, and this is one of the main reason. Good food, good people.
Yes, I can see that. And just like you said, the people are very friendly, the food is good, and it's a very easy place to live because I lived in Thailand before as well. And I
Mm,
can't wait to go back, especially Chiang Mai is absolutely amazing. So tell
yep.
us a little bit about before we get into the meat and plate of this topic of being a leader with a heart. Let's go back to when you were a kid. So when we were
Mhm.
a kid growing up, our parents, our teachers, all that ask us. So for example, Max, when you grew up, what do you want to do? What do you want to become? What was your answer when you were, say, a young boy? When people ask you, so
Okay.
Max, what do you want to become?
Uh, I'm a very repulsive kid ever since I'm young. In fact, I'm a school dropout. I
Oh
drop out
wow,
from school when I'm 15 years old, and
wow.
I I couldn't find what I want in school. So I excel in mathematics. I excel in technical stuff and
Mhm.
art stuff. But I feel badly in academic like English or literature or science. I feel very badly on that, and I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive parents that taught me the skill to survive. Or my father is the type of people that says that you are allowed to choose whatever you want, and make yourself useful. So even when I quit school, my father did not get angry at me. He say, if this is your choice, I will support your choice, and go and find whatever you want in your life, instead of pursuing something that the mainstream or the family want. So I'm very lucky. So the question, if what do I want to be when I'm in school, I did not know yet. I just was just too young and too playful to determine what I want in life, actually.
Okay. So now, what led you towards doing what you're doing now? At what point did you decide, hey, this is what I want to pursue with it? It was for you, it's to help people. So tell us what led you to the path you're on right now.
Very simple. When you travel a lot, when you're at a very young age,
Hmm.
I'm not born in a well-off family, and I'll be very frank. When I start traveling, I only have $100 in my pocket. So,
Wow.
in the process of traveling, I came across many generous people. They extend their hand and help me out. There are time during my travel when I'm like a totally broke, don't have any money at all. And Thailand is just one amazing place where you can get a bowl of porridge for 1 baht. 1 baht, that is like I don't know, 0.3 cents.
Free,
you know
basically.
yeah, for 1 baht you can get a bowl of porridge. And when I'm much younger, there are times
Wow.
when I'm so stuck in life, whereas I totally have no money, and I was surviving on 1 baht. And the people is generous enough to support this type of 1 baht meal for me. And I tell myself that, when I am older and when I'm capable, uh, I should pay this forward. And
Beautiful.
people should create opportunity and help each other. And I am who I am today because someone in the past have helped me before.
That's wonderful. The act
Yeah.
of paying it forward. That's one thing that's
Yep.
very important for us as well. So, so you went to Thailand. You said traveling, not having much money. So, what did
Mm.
you do in the meantime once you arrived in Thailand to keep yourself going? Did you do any jobs here and there, or how do you manage to support yourself?
That's a very good question. When I'm young, I'm a gamer. A lot of people say that gamer, you couldn't make a living or stuff. But when I'm young, I'm very much hustling as a gamer. And
Mm,
being a good gamer, you can survive more or less on playing games on certain location. There's a lot of competition going on, and you can make a healthy living of not a lot, but $10 to $20 a day in Thailand, just playing game. You know,
what kind of games?
yeah. A Counter Strike in the past.
Which one?
Counter Strike.
Okay, I
Yeah, it's
see.
a FPS shooting games, but
Oh, video
uh,
games. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
computer games. Yeah,
Oh,
you
wow.
know.
That's amazing. I
So I
love
just
playing video games when I was a kid, but I never knew that you could make money with it. Wow, that's amazing.
that's 20 over years ago, and there's a lot of people playing it. And then there's daily
Hmm.
legit and non-legit competition. So you just enter every single competition, and if you're really good at it, you pay your bills actually.
Yeah, for Thailand, especially Chiang Mai, 10 to 20
Yeah, it's
dollars a
very
day,
cheap
you can
actually.
really get by
Yeah.
very nicely. So when you
Yep.
arrived in Thailand, did you know anyone in Thailand or you absolutely no one?
Absolutely no one. I mean, I came 20 plus years ago. I was staying in Bangkok. I was staying in quite a lot of part of Thailand. I was spending like a half a year in Koh Samui, just doing nothing,
Wow.
just sleeping by the beach and getting drunk every single day with cheap beer. You get for $3, you get, I don't know, $3 for 4 bottles of beer in the past.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you
Hmm.
when you first came to Thailand, did you speak any Thai or you learn it on
No,
along
I
the
don't. I
way?
don't. I definitely learned my Thai along the way. Yeah.
How difficult was that learning the Thai language?
I think every language is easy if you dare to speak it and it's not
Mm,
afraid that someone laugh at you if you do the wrong pronunciation. And the best part of all this is that when you pronounce something wrongly, there will always be someone that is helpful and try to correct your pronunciation, and then you improve.
mm. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Some people, some countries, they don't have that. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. So, so you stayed in Thailand for, you said you've been staying for 20 years. When you said,
24 years. Yeah.
wow.
24
So
to
now
25. Yeah.
almost like a Thai citizen almost.
Still a Singaporean citizen though. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know, but I mean, been adopted by heart by them. Okay. So when did you start doing what you're doing now?
uh, in terms of social enterprise,
Yes.
uh, I mean, I've been doing on and off for about 7 to 8 years, but when I really start to invest my time and focus on it more, I think over the last 4 years actually.
Okay, tell us more about what exactly it
Mm.
is that you're doing and tell us about your organization, Care 108, because we just had a
Mm.
conversation just before going live. The
Mm.
meaning, the meaning behind the name 108 is very beautiful. So I want you to tell us about that.
Okay, K108 is a very basic concept of investing in people. And I
Mm,
believe that by reaching out to the society and providing support for the needy, for anyone that is less privileged, we are indirectly trying to build a better world around us. When I name it Care 108, The 108 basically means one as in individual, zero as in the world, and eight is a vertical sign of infinity. So I totally believe in that. If one person reach out to the world, the possibility is infinity.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, and what exactly do you guys do in your organization? How what kind of people do you help, and how do you help?
Ah, we reach out to a lot of people in the local community, and I hope through this podcast we can reach out to even more people that can support us. We basically travel to location within our travel distance. Like example, today I just went to a temple, and no, last week we went to a temple. We found four kids inside the temple, and that
Wow.
four kids inside the temple, three of them don't have shoes, and
Wow.
so we just basically talk to them and say that what do you need. So my main agenda now is to go there and to provide the basic necessities so that they can function normally, so like shoes, sandals, uh soap, shirt. And I think a lot of time we take many things for granted. We in the modern society we live in, I couldn't imagine why some people cannot afford a pair of shoes, but the fact is they are the underbelly of the society. They are people that if nobody reach out to them, they don't even have the basic things like a pair of shoes, underwear, uh,
Wow.
shirts. They're walking around semi-naked. I ask them, why are you walking around semi-naked? Say, I only have one piece of shirt.
Shorts.
you know,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
See.
Do these kids have a place to sleep? Do they have parents, or they orphans?
Some of them are parents, have parents. Some of them are parents are like a drug addict, or they
Oh.
have certain problems. The family split up, or some of them their parent passed away, and the relative
Mm-hmm.
is unable to take care of them, and they are usually how to say, is home by the temple,
Mm-hmm.
Christian organizations, or some village or some schools home that they take care of the kids. So we basically do not just reach out to needy kid. We reach out people that is less privileged and provide opportunity for them. And this is actually quite wide, the scope that we for me, I try to go out and look for opportunity for us to give a helping hand. We, like recently, when I gave out my phone number to some of the villager, and to say that if you know anyone that is in help, please contact me. And they told
That's
me that
amazing.
there's an old lady at this village, and the son has went to work in Bangkok, and she's alone, and due to a handicap problem, she don't have much food. So we just bring eggs for her and try to provide some basic needs for
That's
her.
amazing.
Yeah. Mm.
So the help you do, is it limited to Chiang Mai area, or do you also have a team around you to help you with other parts of Northern Thailand, or even all across Thailand, or what's the scope of your help in terms
Okay.
of geographic?
At the moment, due to our funding limitation, a lot of the fund is supported by me and my wife, and some of it by well wishers, people who pay it forward and give back to the society. But more or less, we are doing it on a smaller scale at the moment. But
Mhm.
as we grow, and if more people join the cause, I'm very sure that we can expand it more effectively and reach out to more people. Yeah.
Of course. Do you have a team around you, or is it just you and your wife so far?
At the moment, it's just me and my wife, and on multiple occasions, we have volunteers that come and go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What would you need to make this bigger? By bigger, I mean in terms of expanding your network so that you can also have people helping you and helping more people in other areas.
Uh, Part of the Care 108 project is a self-sustaining farm. At the
Hmm.
moment, I run a semi self-sustaining farm, meaning that I have a farm that have about 90 plus chicken, and the chicken will provide me with eggs. And we use the produce from the chicken, and we donate it, a half of it, at least 50 to 60% of the eggs produced that we have from our farm, we give it to the needy and the homes and the orphanage and so on. And part of it we sell the eggs so that we can substantiate the animal feed. And we are also doing vegetables agriculture, and I'm
Mm.
also doing worm culture. Worm culture help us digest the bio waste that we have every single day, all the leftover foods. Or when we are preparing a dinner, we have some leftover vegetables that we don't eat it, the stem, the roots of the vegetables and stuff. Those are fed to the worm, and the worm indirectly support about one quarter of the animal feed for the chicken. We are trying
Hmm.
to expand this slowly, and this is a fully clonable kind of direction. So if anyone that is interested, I welcome you to come and visit me, and I'm happy to share whatever we know so that we can clone the whole concept, and anyone can function it in any country or any province. Yeah.
Okay, so do you also help with basic education needs, like providing them with school supplies, or even if most of these kids are say and are handled by the temples, do you organize, maybe bring some local teachers to teach them at the temple, like basic
Mhm.
writing, reading, and basic things they need for the education, or that's something that you want to do but haven't been able to do so far?
At the moment, we are in fact trying to raise fund to
Mhm.
help some of the kids that couldn't afford their school fees. I do have a few kids that is in our line of sight that we wish to
Mhm.
raise fund for them, and their annual school spending is usually between $400 to $600, and it's not easy to raise any fund because when there's no connection between the kid and the people that is donating, usually people do not donate because they are not familiar with their situation. And partly is because the donor will be of concern that will this fund reach the kid also. So we are
That's a
really
big one,
trying to
yes.
connect. Yeah, we're trying to connect the kids with our donor, and we do have some very good donor on a few of our project. We have built a double decker bed for about 14 kids at some villager, and is the funding did came from generous donor that helped with a partial of the construction project. We have built showers, a whole shower room for an orphanage up in the north, and we have the generous donor came out with almost 100% of the raw material, and
Mhm.
we try to find funding for the payment for the construction worker and so on. Yeah.
That's awesome. You
Yeah.
mentioned that this program is self-sustaining. One of the best ways to really scale it and make it more self-sustaining is if you could build some kind of business and sell some kind of local products made by the local kids together and sell it
Mm,
online. So this way you would not depend on donors, but you would actually have the
mm,
kids not only be able to learn a trade, learn a skill. Like for example, you can take I don't know. I'm just giving some generalities examples. You could take some local Thai products and just make have them made by the kids. So this way the kids learn a skill, and also then
ah,
you can sell those products online. And through the revenue from that, you can not only
mm,
sustain what you're doing but also increase it. I think I could see some good potential with that, especially because in Chiang Mai there's a lot of entrepreneurs, and you were referred to me by a good friend of mine and my business partner, another business, Riley. We actually
mm,
met in Chiang Mai. So I'm sure if you could approach some of the, if I was in Chiang Mai right now, I would have done this with a heartbeat with you guys, but I'm not in Chiang Mai right now. But if you reach out, especially around Maya Mall, and there's lots of entrepreneurs, tell them your story. I'm sure you know some good entrepreneurs with a good heart, and tell them, hey, what kind of product can we make that we can sell online and have all the proceeds to help support this, and the product have to be made by the kids or by whoever you're trying to support,
mm,
because this way it's going to not only build a story but also is going to allow the kids or the people making it to learn a skill to be able to make their own money as opposed to depending on donation or worse, uh, you know
mm.
going to bad path like crime or drugs or whatever. I think that could be
And
something that would be really good if you could. I'm sure it's a lot. It's not as easy as it sounds when I'm saying to it, but this is the gist of it, the idea of it.
mm,
And with the amount of entrepreneurs that there are in Chiang Mai, I'm sure you know a few that could would be very interested in helping you put this project, make it started?
At the moment, we do have a few ideas about
Mm,
some income, but it's difficult for me to divide
mhm,
myself to do
sure.
multiple things because the amount
Mhm,
of kids that currently Care 108 is reaching out is about 100 over kids
wow.
in about 6 locations. And that alone, including of my current farm, is really taking up a lot of time. And
Mhm,
at the same time, uh, the kids in the orphanage, the home, or the needy, we usually encourage them to be to go to school. So either
mhm,
they will get sponsorship from the school or the government or the temple or the church, and they already spend most of their time until maybe about 3:30 to 4 p.m. in the evening for their school days. And when they are home, they barely have about 3 to 4 hours to themselves before
mhm,
most of the temple or church will want them to go to sleep before 9. And
mhm,
by next morning, due to their situation, they are always pretty far away from the school, or some have to wake up as early as 5 a.m. in the morning just to get ready for their school. And that amount of time frame that they have is about three
sure.
to 3.5 hours every day. So I totally encourage them to go play or to
Of
do their
course, of
homework.
course.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're still kids. Kids love to play. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
The,
I do agree with you, but I do not mind creating something that we can actually relabel in terms of good faith
mhm,
or source for local product and
mhm,
branding and brand it, and in terms of providing good material to the market, and at the same time the added value of donating the full proceed for the needy.
mhm,
But but like our business, is always an investment of and risk. And
sure.
due to our current situation, any expansion would means risk management, and you need to hire people to run it. That
Mhm.
become a bit complicated. Yeah.
What is the age group of the
Mm.
kids that you're currently helping? Are they like very young kids or teenagers or preteens, or what
Oh,
age
we
group
have
would?
we have a lot of kids from different age. The youngest one would be about 2 to 3 years old,
Oh
and the
wow.
oldest one currently, but they are kids with parents. It's just that their
Hmm.
parents are staying far away in the mountain, usually huge tribal, and it's not convenient for them to. If the kids is staying in the
Hmm.
mountain, they do not get to go to school. So there's home available in town, so that the kid can stay in town and get to their school 5 days a week uh, easier, you see. And a lot of time, due to the fact that they are home, staying away from their house,
Hmm.
a lot of things they don't have a lot of things, because first thing is their parents are
Sure.
staying up there in the mountain and not having a job, usually
Hmm.
agriculture and farming. So they lack a lot of basic stuff like school shoes, bags. Sometimes they couldn't afford a pen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can imagine. How is the government? Does the Thai government, or even whether it's the national or local, provincial, do they have any types of program to help these type of people?
Yes, yes. I do see Thailand government and the provincial minister and stuff
Hmm.
being very generous, and a lot of time, a lot of them get to study for the study in school for free. So a lot of them is very much covered for education, but
Hmm.
yet many of them, some of them is covered for health, but some of them is not. Like recently, I heard about a case. 5 years old or 6 year old boy fell down when he was playing. I think he climbed a small tree and he fell down and he broke his skull, you know.
Oh wow.
And when going to the hospital, is in Thailand it's not expensive, but the fee was about, I think, 10 to 20,000 baht. But for an average Thai, this is expensive. You see.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, and he's very lucky that the temple that is housing the kid
Hmm.
is came out with the money for
Sure.
care of the
So,
kids. Yeah.
so So your organization has been around and helping for a few years now. Have you
Yeah,
tried to
4 years.
approach maybe the local government to see if they can help you, sponsor you in any way, or maybe work together with
Uh,
them?
I have not approached any government sector, to be very frank, and
Mm,
we are really trying to figure out what's the best way to create it,
mm,
and subsequently, there's also a lot of financial constraint in regards of registering us as a
mm,
non-profit foundation, and
sure.
to register for non-profit, I believe is in it should be around $10,000 to $15,000 for
Wow, that
registration.
much.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Wow.
that is not just that's just the registration fee, the all the paperwork and everything. And then I mean I talked to some of them. They said that you need to collateral a piece of land, and that is even more money.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yep,
Mm,
it's not easy. So when I talk to my wife, I say that why spend all the money to get a piece of paper to be legalized
exactly.
or on the paper. We can reach out to anyone, uh like I give you one example. We reach out to uh home recently. There's about 30 to 40 kids. Some of them have parents, and no, most of them have parents, and there's a few underprivileged kids that a single parent, or the parent is maybe committed something and is in jail or something. We just go
Mm.
there. We simply just buy some barbecue chicken wing for them.
Wow, that's
And
amazing. Yeah, I think that would be
yeah,
much easier to approach businesses as opposed to government, even though the government might be willing to help, but because of all the paperwork, all the bureaucracy, that could
mm,
be a big hurdle and a big challenge. Yeah, for sure.
yep.
Um, okay. So, how do you see this moving forward? How do you plan to uh, to scale that? What you're doing now? Are you doing anything to scale it? Or you?
Hmm. Well, at the moment, I'm trying to build the website, and
Mhm,
the process is very, very slow. I do have web hosting and the domain name. We do own the domain name care108.com, and it's in the process of building the domain name. I'm currently collecting the media, and
mhm.
everything is on a baby step, a very slow process. And if
Of course, of
anyone
course.
is willing to help, we are more than happy to add you to the team. Yeah.
One thing I would recommend also is, one thing I loved when I was in Chiang Mai. There's a lot of meetups, especially entrepreneurs and all that. I
Yep.
don't know if you attend these meetups. If I
Oh
were
yeah.
you, I would y- not even just attend, but also maybe even host an event yourself, so you can tell your story, what you're doing, and I'm sure there would be some people that would be interested in helping in any way, shape, or form. Maybe someone can come and help you, build a
Yeah.
website, whatever, run your social media, promote your business or whatever. Any type of help is welcome, and you wouldn't be surprised if some of them were actually willing to give some proceeds from the revenue into your business. But it's all about you getting
Mm.
getting your message out.
Reaching out to people. Yeah.
Yeah. So organize. That's what I would do. I would not only attend as many events as I can, but also even host some events myself. Talk about
Mm.
what I'm doing, bring awareness to the plight of these underprivileged children or people, whatever, and then see how it's about you just showing what you've been doing, and there's
Mm.
so much that you and your wife alone can do, even though you've been doing
Yeah.
tremendously. But for two people, and it's not. You need more than that to scale, and and
Yep.
and it's all about you being able to tell your story. The
I
more you
agree.
tell your story, the more you will be able to get more awareness and publicity and all that. So,
Yeah.
and also, have you tried reaching out maybe to some local media or newspaper, or do you have any contact
I
that you know?
At the moment, like I say, since the K108 movement
Mhm.
is really on the very uh, growing stage, and I'm trying to make it more stable first before I expand on the marketing side. I totally believe that people will be more uh, passionate when they see a full working model. They see that the self-sustaining farm is at least 70 or 80% operational. and then there's a working model that produce a certain produce, and we are reaching out to more people, and then it will be much easier for us to reach out to the community. So at the moment, I'm really only this year that I started to focus on the media and everything, because the
Mm.
last 3 years we were really just burying our head and just reaching out to the kids and going to them, 2 times, 3 times a week, going to different places and looking for kids and buying food for them, connecting milk farm. There's a farm about 100 kilometers away with a lot of cows, and we talk to them, and then we regularly buy milk at a discount price, and then we bring the milk for the kids, and that alone is a one
Nice.
one whole day of work.
Can imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, for example, sometimes also bring some of the kids to come help you with the farm work as a way to
No.
keep them busy and keep them off the streets and getting into bad things?
At the moment, I do not bring any kids to my farm to help, but I have talked to some of the temples and the church establishment.
Hmm.
Uh, I will go to the church or go to the temple and help them establish a small farm for them,
Mm.
so that the kids there can take care of the farm, and they provide about 15 to 20% of their vegetables for them.
And also, they can learn a valuable
Yeah,
skill and keep them busy and keep them off the streets, away from bad influences. Yes, for sure.
yeah,
That's a great way to go. That's
yeah.
amazing. Hmm. What would you like to do next with this? What's with this project? So now you're just doing
Well,
farm
mm,
and also providing some basic like shoes, clothings.
mm.
What would be the next step for you?
Uh, the full blown care 108 project will ultimately provide a skill center, and I
Hmm.
was thinking, I believe in centralizing, meaning that in the future, if we have a vast amount of funding, when things is possible, I will
Hmm.
definitely build, let's say, for example, a bakery house. Then we have multiple oven and equipment for people to come and learn how to bake, and at the same time, the equipment is being shared for the community. Anyone that want to be a baker and make a living selling bread, for example, can come to our Cash 108 bakery, and then they can do all the baking there within the compound, not needing to pay the rental and the equipment cost. We basically provide infrastructure and equipment for them, and instead of they trying to start off or trying to survive on the society, we provide them with a full-blown opportunity that they do not need to even cover rental. The infrastructure and the equipment is provided for them. So it gives them a kickstart for them to make it in the society.
That's
And
amazing.
that can be blossomed into maybe a wood making workshop, a metal making workshop, or an
Hmm.
electronic or even computer workshop.
That's amazing. It's all about teaching
Yep.
them some basic and
Yep.
valuable life skills for sure. I'm looking now at your Care 108 website. It says
Yeah.
there's an option for people
It's
to.
badly done.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. What matters is the purpose it fulfills and the message on it. So I see here that you have an option for people to follow, to support. Tell us more about the support level. What can they do, people, to support you and your organization?
At the moment, we have a donation website that
Mm-hmm.
we done through Buy Me a Coffee, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowly propagating and updating the media. And in fact, today I was supposed to update something before I do the interview with you, but I just came home.
Mm-hmm.
We brought some kids to buy shoes and sandals in the market, and we just came back today, and I have not updated them yet. So on the website, of course, we reach out to the community, and so far there have been quite a few generous donor that
Mm-hmm.
have supported, like adding extra food for the kids, or buying shoes or bags and stuff for the kids.
So
Some of them actually,
how
yeah.
much would it cost? For example, tell us about the different levels that people can pledge and what they can get for the kids.
At the moment, we have different pledges. We have pledges like people donating $5 or donating about $25 and so. Most of the time, the money would directly go to buying food for the kids. And each time when we go down to visit the home, we will be feeding between 20 to 30 kids. There are some temples that have about 5 to 10 kids. And in return, if in that situation, we just go down there and try to provide the basic needs. Like today, it's just small trips that reach out. Like today, we went to the temple. We bring 5 kids to town, and then got them shoes, buy them food, and then the kids will shop around the market and try to fulfill some of their basic needs. Like some kids want some candies, they want some small toys. Some say, can I have a bag or a piece of shirt? We try to buy all this basic stuff for them. And every time the average trip will cost us about $20 to $30 if it's just a
Okay.
small group of kids. Yeah.
So if I understand the pledges that people can make on your Care 108 website,
Yeah.
you have different levels ranging from,
Yeah.
1 cup of coffee is like $5,
Five
three
dollars.
cups
Yeah.
of coffee is 15,
Mm.
5 cups of coffee is $25, and
Yep.
so on and so forth. You mentioned
Yep.
also about the school and shoe
Yep.
pledges. So how much would it cost, for example, to buy a pair of shoe for a kid?
One pair of shoe for the kids is about 280 baht to 330 baht on an average.
So about
Yeah.
$10, $11.
Yeah, about 10 plus $10 to $11 a pair. And
Uh-huh.
the school terms in Thailand open in May 12 or May 10, if I don't recall the
Uh-huh.
date correctly. So we in one of the orphanage, at least that I'm going to, about 11 no 11 11 kids is rising to another level. So they're going to a new school, and the school require them to wear a certain color of shoes.
Uh-huh. Oh
So
wow.
that one is 11 pair of shoes. And then there's another 4 to 5 kids that their school shoe is totally destroyed, like one big hole, and stuff. And we try to replace the shoe for them. And their school terms all open in about May. We
Okay.
we basically, that one we only need about maybe $150 on a plus minus average. And that's why we are raising $150 and at $50 per support. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of so you said you're using Buy Me a Coffee. Have you heard of GoFundMe?
Yeah, I heard of multiple fundraising website, but the
Mhm.
problem with some of these funding website, which is very good, but they don't support Thailand actually.
Really? Wow.
Yes, they don't support Thailand. Yeah. So
So
if
even if
if you if you can help us and start funding for us, then through an American entity, you are able to start the funding. Yeah.
can you do it maybe using a VPN and using Singapore as a
Nah,
base? No,
no,
huh?
it's I think if we're going to do a fundraising, I want to be as genuine as possible and
Of
also
course,
have
yeah, yeah.
a figure to it. And at the same time, if it become too complicated, the donor will be
Mhm.
worrying also. Yeah.
Sure. One thing I would recommend is maybe starting a YouTube channel, and then on the YouTube channel, whenever you do whatever activity you do with the kids, you record that, you post that on the YouTube channel, and that's because YouTube is a global platform to showcase whatever. Even when you go to a small temple, you help say 5 or 10 kids, whatever you do,
I agree. I
videotape it,
agree.
record it, and then upload it. Put maybe you can get someone in Chiang Mai to help you with
Mm.
the keywords. There's lots of entrepreneurs to help you with the
Uh,
keywords and all that. And yeah, seriously, YouTube, because I know a few people who started like that in various countries. One guy in South
mm.
Africa, one guy in the Philippines. They just go around helping poor people, and they built massive. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 million people followers
Wow,
on their
that's good. That's
website.
good.
And each time you upload a each time they upload a video of helping someone in need, like this guy in South Africa, he goes
Mm.
around the streets. He helps, especially homeless people. He buys them food, groceries, whatever. He feeds them, and each time he uploads a video, he gets between 300, 500, half a million viewers. And for that, YouTube is paying them
Mm.
good money just from that within a few months. the income from the YouTube channel can be more than enough, especially in a place like Chiang Mai where the cost of living is pretty low.
Mm,
I mean, if you get say $1,000 a month from YouTube channel, that's like 30,000 baht. That's more
mm.
than enough to help you, help a lot. And once you start helping a lot, then you'll have more material for YouTube channel to make more videos, and it's gonna increase, and you can get maybe the this way you can get the attention of some medias and some big investor. I mean, this is the first place to start because YouTube is an incredible platform.
We ever think of that before.
Mm,
Currently, I also make YouTube video with my wife before in the past. But the biggest problem that we face now is when we go to reach out to the kids. Every time we, I end up and is the one driving the car and
mm,
up unloading the stuff. And when we reach there, the kids will swamp us, and before we can get ready our camera, they really took all the stuff that we tried to donate for them and ran
mhm.
up the hill, and we chased after them. it's it's a logistical nightmare to do at the bit, but
Yeah.
we have some planning on that, and I hope we find more time and be more organized at this, and possible create some videos. Yeah.
Yeah, get your with your phone, or maybe even if you can, get one of those cameras you put on your head, you know, and then
Oh
this
yeah.
way your hands are free; they cannot reach it, and you record the videos live, and when you go home, you can just upload them. Yeah, no,
You-
there's
all this is possible if assuming the funding is pretty easy, because all this equipment is never cheap.
for sure, for sure. You can start with whatever you have, just your phone,
Yeah,
and
true, true,
then
true.
scale it for that. Yeah. No, I think there's opportunity for you on YouTube. I will send you some examples of people who have done that and built massive following and web and channels. So
Okay.
yeah, and I will definitely, we'll do my best to share this video to my audience, and especially people in Thailand, entrepreneurs that I know, uh, if they can, assist you in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
that would be amazing.
Yes, I definitely will. And my audience is mainly entrepreneurs, and I
Okay.
mean, my channel is leaders with a heart, meaning people that are
Okay.
building businesses with an impact, that are
Okay.
building businesses not just for the sake of making money, but also to help. The motto is, for example, make more, give more. The more we make, the
Okay.
more we can give, and the more we can. It's all about impact. It's not about buying the latest, you know,
Okay.
house, a Lamborghini, and all that. It's about making as much impact as possible. That's my vision, my goal,
Mhm.
and the people that are part of my community are all they all share the same values. So I'll definitely, promote your
Thank you
organization,
so
your
much.
video.
Yeah.
Very welcome. You don't even have to say it because I love what you're doing. You're doing a tremendous work. You're doing God's work on this planet. So people like you need to be showcased and helped any way, shape, or form. So and when I do come finally back to Thailand, I will definitely come to see
Join
you,
us,
and I will do whatever I can, and even because I'm an entrepreneur by heart and I love building businesses with a heart, I will gladly, help you guys, talk with you and brainstorm to see if there's any business we can build. Not because I don't want any part of the money myself, but just to help you guys to build
that
something
will be excellent.
that
That
is
will be excellent.
sustainable, to help. Because again, I'm an entrepreneur, especially e-commerce, and as I told you, the first thing I would look at is local, traditional, artisanal products from their tribes or whatever, and we can
Mhm.
brand it properly, and show the videos of the kids that we're helping. I think that could be
Mhm.
something really really interesting with a lot of potential. So I'm sure if
Mhm.
you talk right now with entrepreneurs, and that's why I told you, I suggested to attend these events, talk to them. It's all about, it's all about telling your story. It's not the product that sells, it's the story. So share
Okay.
your story as much as you can. Tell people what you're doing. People will love that because what you're doing is really, really commendable. So there will be people that will resonate with what you're doing, and I'm sure someone will help you in the meantime. So yeah, this is amazing. So before we finish, I'm going to ask you some fun questions.
Yes, please.
um, so if someone want to if someone wants to start doing the same thing as you're doing,
Mm,
what advice would you give to them wherever they may be in the world? Because right now traveling is not that easy, but let's say
mm,
whatever they are and they want to help and have an impact like you, what would be the
mm.
first advice you would give them to start and be able to do it?
Stop hesitating.
Hmm.
The biggest investment you can give to people is time, not money.
Yes, yes, very true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just
Cool.
go out there and reach out to anyone and start small. We started very small when we first reached out to kids that need help. It's basically just we saw them standing beside an ice cream truck,
Hmm.
just staring at someone else buying ice cream.
Oh
And I tell
wow,
my wife,
that's
say that
heartbreaking.
yeah, this is, you know, we can afford ice cream for the kids. So we just basically go down there
Absolutely.
and wave the ice cream truck down and say that, you look at that bunch of kids over there, let them have as much ice cream as they can, and we'll pay for it. And that the whole thing cost us like $3.
Wow. You see, that's
And
a
we
beautiful
bought
thing
we
in a place like
yeah,
Thailand because you can do
yep,
a lot of good with a lot of
yep,
with very little money.
yep. It's basically just reaching out, and a lot
Hmm.
of time when I visit the home and the orphanage, you'll be surprised. A lot of people think that, oh, you need to come with a present or gift or with a lot of stuff. Some kids, they just, they come to me and say that, I ask them, what do you want? He say, can you buy me some apple? Can you buy me some orange? We basically just go and buy 3 kilo of orange that costs us like $2. And then we go down there and spend half a day playing with the kids, and they're more than happy that
Exactly.
we visit them.
Just
It's
like you said,
investing our time for the. Yeah.
just like you said, the most important thing we can give someone is our attention, our love, our care, our time, and just you going and playing with them. For these
Yep.
kids that have nothing, it's more than enough. It's more than even the latest phone, whatever, because they don't care about that.
Yep.
They just
Yep.
care about fun, playing, and just
Yep.
attention, and most importantly, respect, care, and love.
one
That's what they
one
care.
one of the thing that the Care 108 project, or I strongly believe,
Mhm.
is that uh, we need to inspire the kids, because
Mhm.
uh, when we were young, I'm sure that we were inspired by a certain things that we see that make
Sure.
us want to be a better person. So one of my key motive when I do all the fundraising is, example, some of the money is not used on food. It's not even used on their clothing and everything. Is to bring them to some place and have fun. I
Yes.
or to talk to a famous singer. And the singer will volunteer themselves, but we just cover their transportation and go down there and sing for them. So that they can be inspired about someone with a
Mhm.
good voice, or to reach out to some Muay Thai fighter that can do powerful smooth, and to show them that this is possible, or a good soccer player to go play soccer with
Mhm.
them. It's basically to inspire the younger generation,
Yes.
even though they are less privileged.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
amazing. No, I mean, I'm just humbled by what you're doing. I love what you're doing. When Riley told me about you, I said, wow, I looked at your website, at your community, say, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. All right, cool. Awesome. Now, a couple of fun questions. So let's say that you have a superpower now to go back in time and you're
Mm,
sitting face to face with yourself when you're 18-year-old.
mm.
What would be the first piece of advice you would give to yourself with everything you know now to you when you were to your 18-year-old self?
Manage time better.
Expand, please.
uh, the one thing that I did, I believe when I'm younger, I was chasing after money. But I realized that the amount of time I spend chasing money is more expensive than the money that I have made.
Hmm.
I should
Hmm.
have give more time to myself and my family. And I over the last 10 plus year, I actually do a about turn in my direction to chase about how wanting to be rich. I I I learned to be happy with less, and I can start giving to people. I find that the true happiness that I have is
Hmm.
when I actually can provide for other people than uh, to to get from people. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I spent half my life between my 20 plus years old to 30 plus, chasing after how to be a millionaire, how to be rich, and doing a lot of stuff. But if I've invested that time on myself and my family and the people around me, I would have the equivalent amount of happiness I have now. No, no different at all.
Yes, and that's like you said it perfectly. It doesn't take a lot to some of the most happy things you can do. They don't cost any money. You know,
Yes,
like being
exactly.
with someone, playing with someone, talking with someone, singing,
Yep.
dancing, playing football, whatever they that brings them happiness, or just turning on your phone or your computer and just playing a song and let them sing with you
Yep.
karaoke. That
Yep.
doesn't cost any money, and for them
Yep.
it means the world
Mm.
for these people, for this underprivileged kid. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
And okay, uh let's say now that you have your own podcast and
Mm.
and you have a magic power
Mm.
to clone yourself. Let's say your guest is yourself, you're interviewing yourself. What would be the first question you would, the first and most pressing question that you would ask yourself?
Ask
What would
myself
that
a
be?
question.
The first question you would ask
Uh,
yourself, let's say you're interviewing yourself on your podcast,
mm.
what would be the first question and the most, and the question that you would like the answer the most to, what would that be?
Well, I think being happy is very important to me. Uh, so I would definitely ask what make you most happy. You know, because I don't know, when we do not know what we want in life,
Mhm,
is just like we do not know how to find happiness, or when different people have different form of happiness. Some
mhm,
people enjoy counting money. Some people just enjoy riding their motorcycle and catching the wind, and some people just enjoy surfing the internet the whole night, or playing a game, or making business price, shaking hand with stranger and making friends. Different people have different form of happiness. So I
mhm.
think it's important for everyone to find what make them most happy, and focus on that. Instead of wasting time trying to look for stuff that they actually do not like, but they feel that it will make them happy after they attain it. Why not skip all those things and ask them what truly make you happy now, and then focus on that and go at it.
Beautiful. What's your meaning of happiness? What's your definition of happiness?
I strongly believe that one can be truly happy when the people around you is happy.
Beautiful. Hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And hmm. if someone wants to reach out to you
Mm.
and help you, what's the best way to do so?
The best way to do so will be on my Facebook, but Facebook have this very weird algorithm that unless we have a friend connected in between us, it will be
Okay.
difficult to join me. And the next best way will be my email. Actually,
What's your email?
give me a moment.
Sure.
Let me give you. I have a lot of email when you are online
Give
for
me give
25
me
years.
your best email. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I have so many. I have like 100,000 unread emails each day. I don't even bother anymore. You know.
Okay. Email me at justaskmax@gmail.com.
Just ask Max
Yes, at
at.
gmail.com.
All right, I'll put that on the show note. I'll also put
Yeah.
the link to your Care 108 link
Okay.
if someone wants to directly contribute. And I'll
Mm,
also put a link to your Facebook page, your email,
yeah.
and the link to your Care 108. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, is there any parting tip that you would like to give to anyone who would like to either reach out to you, help you, or even someone that would like to start doing what you're doing?
Uh, it's better to reach out to people who want to do something like what I'm doing. If you want
Mhm.
to start doing something, just go ahead and do it. And I strongly believe that if the people around you is happy, your life, the quality of your life is determined by your surrounding. If the people around you,
Absolutely.
their quality of life is improved, your life automatically get elevated by itself. And I think
Absolutely.
any
Yes.
question, come talk to me. I am happy to share whatever I know with anyone actually.
Very well said. Said like a true leader with a heart. You, my friend Max, you are a true leader with a heart in the purest sense of the form. I salute you. We salute you and wish you the best of luck. And also, thank you very much for doing this podcast. Now it's 2:25 p.m. here in Thailand. What time is it? 1:25
Oh,
a.m.
1:25 a.m. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
once
The
again,
witching hour for mosquito.
yes, you said your favorite friends, they're helping you. So thank you for your time once again at this time of
Yeah.
the night. Wishing you the very best, and will definitely do anything I can to promote
Thank
this
you so much.
podcast and promote you and your beautiful mission. And once I get back to Chiang Mai, I will definitely come and meet you, and we'll see
Yeah, come
what we
come
can
come
do
to my
together.
house and have some food together first.
If I could, I'll be there tomorrow. But right now because it's not easy. So
Yeah,
we'll have to postpone that for a few months. But once I get there, I'll definitely reach out to Chiang Mai and
yeah.
see
I'm
any
sure it
way,
will
shape, or
happen. Yeah.
form I can help you and your organization in person. So
Thank you
yes.
so much.
So thank you very much, Max. All the best,
Okay.
and we'll keep in touch and take care.
Yeah, sure.
Take
Okay.
care. Bye bye.